inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is joy, inside there is peace, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is joy, inside there is peace, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is joy, inside there is peace, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is joy, inside there is peace, inside there is sacred love. Please join me. I will leave this world as it is. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. My God, I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is joy, inside there is peace, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is joy, inside there is peace, inside there is sacred love. We'll leave this life, I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside, go inside to find my God. Inside, go inside to find my God. Thank you. Read that in. You know, Becky does such a good job with the announcements, doesn't she? Yeah. Some places I've been to, it's like announcements. Is this over? But it's so entertaining. We have so much to share. And we have so much going on in the church right now, and we even skipped a Sunday. So we're kind of catching up on things. So I have a few announcements that Becky didn't get to that I wanted to share with you this morning. Bertha Belch, a missionary from Africa, will be speaking tonight at Calvary Methodist. Please come hear Bertha Belch all the way from Africa. The last time we had church, the Reverend Worley spoke briefly, much to the delight of the congregation. Next Sunday, we have a guest soloist for the morning service, and then I will speak on It's a Terrible Experience. Some of our members in the hospital are having trouble sleeping, and they've asked for recordings of my Sunday messages. Don't let worry kill you off. Let the church help you. The Low Self-Esteem Group, a new group, will be meeting on Thursday evenings. Please use the back door. And please help me remember in prayer many of those who are sick of our church. And finally, Weight Watchers will meet at 7 p.m. tonight. Please use the large double door. So those are some real church bloopers that I found that I thought were hilarious. And I thought about that because last Thursday before the storm, I was sending an email out to the congregation that said, due to Hurricane Matthew, our Eye of the Storm class has been canceled. God has such a sense of humor. Hilarious. But this week, we resumed our usual festivities here at church, and during our Thursday class, our Eye of the Storm class, some of the truth students reminded me that Matthew represents one of our 12 powers. Just as Jesus, the Christ, had 12 disciples that he sent out into the world to spread the good news of love and oneness, we each individually have that Christ consciousness within us that is composed of 12 powers that are represented metaphysically by the 12 disciples, and we send our powers out into our world to carry forth our message, whatever that message might be. So whatever is on the outside of us is a reflection of what's going on the inside. Now this is the good news, that if I don't like what I see out here, I can change what's going on in here, and then I get a different reflection, a different experience back to me. And it's interesting to note that this is true not only for us as individuals, but also as a human race. If you look out in the world today, what's going on in the world is a reflection of what we are holding as in group consciousness. Okay? Woo! Breathe that in a minute. You know, because sometimes we look around at hurricanes, politics, government, different. You've got your list, right? You go, wow, what is going on? The good news is, as we change the thoughts that we're holding and the feelings that we back those thoughts up with, then our world changes. The Fillmores, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, who were co-founders of the Unity movement back in the late 1800s, called this race consciousness. It's metaphysically, this is Satan. Okay? Satan is the adversary, it tells us in the Bible. But how can that be if God is the only presence? This is what we're studying in our class, the Eye of the Storm, that there is no way that anything can be against us, because God is all there is. And to say that something is against me is saying that I believe in two powers, an opposing power. So have you ever heard the expression, Satan is a lie? It's made up by us. It's the thoughts that we hold in race consciousness that we get sick, that we grow old, that we die. We know that we are made in the image and likeness of our Creator. We are spiritual humans. We are ideas held in the mind of God. The image and likeness of God is the divine idea that we are here to represent. It's the truth of our nature. We are the Christ in expression. Because God goes on forever. God doesn't run out. God can't be divided or multiplied. You can't add to or take away God. God doesn't have a beginning or an end. God is inexhaustible. Charles Fillmore called God an inexhaustible resource that is equal to every demand. God is not like a pizza. You can't cut God up into slices. This is where we get into trouble. You ever heard the old joke about the guy who made someone a pizza and he said, would you like that cut into 6 slices or 8? And his friend says, well, cut it into 6 because I don't think I can eat 8. That's the same kind of logic that we use when we say that there is an absence of God or there's a lack of God somewhere. If I'm looking at God in this way, I'm going, okay, I only have 2 slices of pizza, but I really want 3 slices. Now, first I'm going to have to protect my 2 in case you come over here and try to get one. And in order to get 3, I'm going to have to get one of yours. Right? So right there, that sets up conflict, separation, opposing sides. But the truth is, God is everywhere all the time. God is our source. God is inexhaustible. And when I come from that place, I see conflict as an opportunity to show me the places where I think that I am not whole, where I think I am lacking in something. Because the only place that I can be separate from God is in my mind. If God is everywhere all the time, how can I step out of God? You know, Emma Curtis Hopkins, who taught Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, she taught us the foundational statement of being. We say it every Sunday. It's our first basic principle. That there's one presence, one power, everywhere all the time, and that presence, that power is good. Now, I don't want us to get confused that there's like a presence and a power. It's not 2 things. It's 2 ways of looking at God. The presence is the Holy Spirit presence that we feel when we sing together and we pray together. You felt it this morning. The power is principle, law. God operates according to spiritual principle. The principle, the foundational principle on which unity is founded, the rock on which we build our house, is that there is one presence, one power in the universe, and it's good all the time. It's everywhere, so how can I step outside of it? There's no way. Where am I going to go to get away from God? If I make my bed in hell, you are there. If I rise up to the heavens, there you are as well. God is everywhere. I can't get away from God. So my job is to stop trying. This struggle is in here. It's not out here. It's in here. This is a reflection of the struggle that's going on in here. So any conflict, anytime I'm beating my head against something, it's because the situation is showing me where I think I'm less than whole. So my job is, how can I be present to this experience? How can I embrace every experience without feeling diminished by it? Because if we know that God is whole and complete, yes, and we're made in the image and likeness of God, yes, then we're whole and complete. But it's our thinking. Shakespeare said things are neither good or bad. Our thinking makes it so. I have a story from the Bible. I wanted to read you today. It's from the book of, guess what? Matthew. Metaphysically, the disciple Matthew means will. It's the ability to choose, to decide, to lead, to command. And that is a power that you have inside of you. Spiritual discernment. Don't judge according to appearances. Judge righteous judgment. Our way show what Jesus told us. Jesus stills the storm. This is the 8th chapter of Matthew, beginning with the 23rd verse. And when he got into the boat, when Jesus got into the boat, his disciples followed him. Now, he had been preaching all day long. He was tired. He wanted to rest. He got in the boat. He's going across the lake to the other side to a place of quiet where he could be still and know God's presence. He brought his powers, his disciples, with him. A windstorm arose on the sea, so great that the boat was being swamped by the waves, but he was asleep. Jesus was asleep. And the disciples went and woke him up, saying, "Lord, save us, we are perishing." And he said to them, "Why are you afraid, O ye of little faith?" Have you heard that before? This is where that comes from. Then Jesus got up and he rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a dead calm. And they were amazed, saying, "What sort of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obeys him?" Now, if we look at this story metaphysically, this is a story of spiritual mastery. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of letting my thoughts and my feelings drag me around all the time. I desire to be the master of my thoughts and feelings. This is true spiritual mastery. Spiritual mastery is not about saying magic spells to make something happen or to try to control things in the hour to suit my little will. It's about bringing my will into alignment with the divine will. It's about being so centered, poised, and established in the Christ mind that it doesn't matter what's going on around me. I am still calm. I am the master of my experience. I can observe my thoughts and feelings without trying to struggle or fight them or make them go away. I honor them for what they are. But their thoughts and feelings, they change all the time. Have you noticed? It's like I get up in the morning, oh, here's the thought du jour. You know, today I'm happy. Tomorrow I'm resentful. The next day I'm afraid. The next day I'm full of joy. Have you noticed how that happens? It just changes all the time. But what doesn't change is that place, that eye of the storm that is within us, that we can go to all the time, where it's that dead calm. He said, Jesus got up and he rebuked the storm. He commanded the storm. He used his power of will to calm the storm. Now, metaphysically, water means consciousness. So when there's a storm on the consciousness, there's something going on inside of me. And so I have to wake up the Christ. I awakened that divine presence within me. It is not I, but the Christ that does the work. And the Christ commands peace. Be still. And they were amazed. Peace. Be still. And that's what I've been working with through this whole storm, evacuating, coming back, seeing people. These people are okay. These people got a tree dropped on their house. It's just, how can I be poised? How can I be the non-anxious presence in the room? How can I best be the Christ so that I can respond from love instead of having to react from fear, anger, resentment? Established, I love that word, established in the Christ mind, established in Christ consciousness. This is our work. This is our job, to establish ourselves so firmly in the truth that there is one presence There's no opposing presence. There's no absence of God. This is what Emma Curtis Hopkins called the great negation. There is no absence of God. To be so totally established in that anything can happen in my world. And I'm okay. All is well. I choose to trust the Christ in me because as I allow that to be in charge in my life, perfect results are unfolding. When I go there first, when I have a decision to make, I'm cooperating with divine order. I'm putting my source first. I'm putting God first. And so how do we quicken the Christ mind? How do we awaken the sleeping Christ within us? This is not a rhetorical question. Somebody help me out here. How do we do it? Meditation. Peggy knows. Affirmative prayer. Now here's the thing. You can say all the affirmations that you want to. But if you don't have the feeling with it, it's just a bunch of words. I'm saying, I'm rich, I'm opulent, I live in an abundant universe, God is on my side, and as soon as I get done saying that, the rest of the day I'm feeling worried and fear. Well, I've just said a bunch of nice words, but it's not going to demonstrate in my life until I have that heart, until I have that feeling. Now, what is the feeling that I'm looking for? Love, peace, calm, the presence of God. God is all those things. I'm establishing myself in the presence of God. I let go of everything else. God knows what I need. God made me. Like, the dumbest thing in the world is the story of the Garden of Eden when Adam and Eve would eat the apple and they're trying to hide. And the story says, God says, where are you? Well, where are you? Right? Okay, God knows what we need before we even ask. You know, it's giving up the struggle and the strife even to know God. Take that in for a minute. So we don't have to try to know God. We just have to be still long enough to let God catch up with us. Just knowing the presence of God is an allowing. It's an opening up. So that I'm not trying. I'm not trying to get anything. I'm not even trying to get an experience of God. Be still. Ganga G. How many knows Ganga G? She's an Eastern teacher. She was a Mississippi housewife. She's got all this dyed blonde hair, this big smile. Right? She goes to India and studies with Papa G. And he names her Ganga G. He sends her over here to teach what she learned. And she says the main thing that he taught her was to stop. Just stop. Be still and know that I am God. It's like God saying, how many different ways do I have to say this? Just slow down. Be still for a moment. Let me love you. Let me catch you. Let me get a hold of you. Because I got plans. You don't even know it. Work through you, as you. Each person here has a definite purpose. You are here to individualize the Christ in your own unique way that only you can do. But we have to be still enough to listen and then to take action. So I could talk about this all day, obviously, but I have a recording I wanted to share with you this morning. It's a meditation led by my friend Reverend Christie Snow. It lasts about 4 or 5 minutes, and it's a beautiful way that she uses different traditions to say the same thing. So I want us to have an experience of meditation together as a family this morning. So I invite you to just get established in your chair. Like, find a position in your chair so that your body says, here I am, God. Like, if it was me, I would put everything aside, put my feet flat on the floor, and maybe put my hands on my legs, open my palms up, and just take a few deep breaths.
restrict